Mind blanking, a phenomenon in which a person experiences a sudden cessation of thoughts, is a common but still poorly understood mental event. It is the sensation of having no reportable thoughts or mental content, often described as the mind going blank. This experience occurs quite frequently, with some estimates suggesting that it happens between 5 to 20% of the time during waking hours. While it has historically been viewed as an extension of mind wandering, researchers are now beginning to recognize mind blanking as a distinct phenomenon with its own unique neural patterns and cognitive characteristics. At its core, mind blanking is characterized by a temporary lapse in attention, memory, and inner speech, accompanied by feelings of sluggishness, reduced arousal, and even errors in task performance. It can occur during periods of mental exhaustion, such as after long stretches of focused attention or in situations of sleep deprivation or intense physical exertion. For some, particularly those with conditions such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and generalized anxiety disorder, mind blanking is even more frequent, underlining the complexity and variability of this phenomenon. The brain activity associated with mind blanking is equally fascinating. Using advanced brain imaging techniques like fMRI and EEG, researchers have identified specific neural signatures in the frontal, temporal, and visual brain regions that precede the onset of a mind blank. These areas are involved in high-level cognitive functions, including attention and memory. When a mind blank occurs, there is often a reduction in heart rate and pupil dilation, alongside a decrease in the complexity of neural signals. These patterns resemble those seen during sleep-like states, prompting some researchers to refer to these moments as local sleep episodes in the brain. In essence, these periods represent a temporary, localized reduction in cognitive function, as if the brain were entering a brief, low-arousal state. Interestingly, mind blanking also appears to be linked to the brain's response to high-speed thinking. In these moments, where the brain is overwhelmed by a large volume of information or tasks, it may slow down, leading to a sudden blanking of thoughts. This suggests that mind blanking could be a coping mechanism, a way for the brain to reset itself when overwhelmed by the complexity of the information it is processing. This resetting process is part of the brain's natural regulation of arousal and cognitive function, and may serve to protect the individual from burnout or cognitive overload. For many, the experience of mind blanking is more than just a passing inconvenience. It can lead to lapses in memory or concentration, especially in high-pressure situations like exams or public speaking. Yet, despite these challenges, there's a growing recognition that mind blanking might not be purely negative. For some, the absence of thoughts may provide a kind of mental pause, allowing the brain to recover from intense cognitive demands. It is possible that these moments of blankness may offer benefits in terms of emotional regulation, helping individuals to cope with stress or anxiety. Additionally, mind blanking may help individuals focus on the present moment, allowing them to reset and return to a task with renewed focus. As research into this phenomenon progresses, scientists are beginning to see mind blanking not just as an inconvenience, but as an important aspect of cognitive function. Understanding this process could shed light on the complexities of consciousness and help us better understand the intricate relationship between the brain, attention, and mental health. The fact that mind blanking is so prevalent and that it seems to affect people differently suggests that it is an essential, albeit underappreciated, aspect of human cognition. It could be a protective mechanism, a tool the brain uses to avoid overstimulation, and a natural part of mental recovery. This realization could also have significant implications for our understanding of clinical conditions like ADHD, generalized anxiety disorder, strokes, and traumatic brain injuries. In these conditions, mind blanking might be more frequent and severe and could contribute to the cognitive and emotional difficulties that individuals face. By studying how mind blanking differs between healthy individuals and those with mental health disorders, researchers could potentially develop new strategies for managing and treating these conditions. Furthermore, because mind blanking is linked to disruptions in attention, memory, and emotional regulation, a deeper understanding of this phenomenon might provide new insights into how we can improve focus and mental clarity in everyday life. Another important consideration is how mind blanking might intersect with other cognitive experiences, such as meditation. Meditation practices often encourage practitioners to clear their minds and focus on the present moment, which may share similarities with the blanking state. In both cases, there's a reduction in the usual flow of thoughts, creating a unique mental state that could hold both cognitive and emotional benefits. Researchers hope that by studying mind blanking alongside other mental states, they can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the brain's regulation of thought and consciousness. In light of all this, the growing recognition of mind blanking as a distinct cognitive phenomenon is encouraging. By considering it as more than just a fleeting lapse in attention, we open the door to a deeper exploration of how the brain works. The research into mind blanking underscores the complexity of human cognition, illustrating how different mental states, including those that may seem like failures of attention or focus, could actually be part of a broader, adaptive system that the brain uses to maintain balance and efficiency. The more we understand about mind blanking, the better equipped we will be to manage it in both everyday life and in clinical settings, potentially leading to more effective treatments for those who experience it more frequently. In conclusion, while mind blanking may often be viewed as a frustrating or perplexing mental event, it is increasingly seen as an important, adaptive aspect of our cognitive and emotional life. By continuing to study this phenomenon, we can uncover new insights into how the brain functions, why we experience cognitive lapses, and how these experiences may be part of a larger mechanism that helps us navigate the world around us. This research has the potential to enhance our understanding of mental health, improve clinical outcomes, and help individuals manage cognitive overload more effectively.